Do you know that one of the biggest frustrations Nigerians face when relocating abroad is the high cost of living? Things like rent, groceries, and basic service can be more expensive than anticipated. Hello and welcome to the channel where we provide valuable tips for Nigerians in the diaspora and for those planning to relocate abroad. Welcome, my name is Ada, and in today's video we are diving deep into the top fears, frustrations, and desires that Nigerians experience when they decide to relocate to a new country or when they are trying to build a life abroad. Whether you're already in the diaspora or planning your big move, this video is for you. Now let's break down the key points you need to consider to make your transition smoother. Like I said before, one of the biggest frustrations that Nigerians face when they relocate abroad is the high cost of living. Things like groceries, things like rent, and then basic service can be more expensive than you actually anticipated. Even in countries like the UK or USA, where job opportunities may be better, the everyday cost of living can sometimes feel overwhelming. Now let's talk about the desires. Many of us move abroad with the desire to better ourselves, have better access to healthcare, to have top quality education for our children, and all round improve standard of living. However, there's always this fear, like, what if I can't afford it? What if my expenses skyrocket and my salary isn't enough to cover my bills? This is why it is important to plan your finances before you move. Another common frustration will be adapting to new culture. Imagine moving from Lagos, where you know the customs and way of life, to a place like Canada or the UK, where social norms might be completely different. Little things like how people greet each other, interact at work, or even shop can be drastically different. Still, many people move abroad with a burning desire for new opportunities, job growth, business potential, and career development that may not be easily accessible in Nigeria. But this comes with the fear of discrimination or racism. You may wonder, why will I be accepted? Will I face challenges because of my skin color or accent? These are valid fears that must be addressed with preparations and the right mindset. Another frustration will be securing stable employment. Many Nigerians abroad find it very frustrating to secure stable and well-paying jobs. You might have qualifications from Nigerian universities, but sometimes foreign employers may not recognize them, or you might lack the local work experience they are looking for. We all want that dream job, right? That's everybody's desire, to climb the career ladder, earn more, and provide for our families back home. But the fear, though, is real. What if I don't get a job? What if I don't have the right qualifications? This can be a major source of anxiety for many, but with the right certification and market research, it's a challenge that you can overcome. Another frustration would be separation from family. One of the hardest things about moving abroad is leaving your family behind. In Nigeria, family is everything. Moving away means you won't see your parents, your siblings, or close friends as often, and that's tough. But most of us make this sacrifice because we want a safer environment for our children, access better schools, and the hope of more secure future. But the fear is feeling homesick. What if the distance becomes too much? What if you miss important family events or lose that close-knit connection with loved ones? The fifth frustration will be language barriers. Language barrier is a big one. Whilst English is widely spoken, not everyone is fluent in it, especially if you're moving to a non-speaking country, countries like France, Germany, or China. Communicating with locals, understanding their accent, or even navigating daily conversation can be challenging. The desire here is simple: exposure to new cultures, learning new language, and for personal growth. But the fear often creeps in. What if I can't communicate? Will I be able to learn fast enough? Will the language barrier limit my opportunities? Another frustration will be complex immigration processes. Immigration processes can be a real headache. Visas, residence permits, and work authorization papers can be a very big challenge for many people. There's so much red tape to deal with. With all the challenges, sometimes we just feel like the system is set up to make things, harder. But in all this, we persevere because we want access to better infrastructure, safer roads, reliable electricity, and other things that may not be as consistent in Nigeria. However, that fear of being stuck in a bureaucratic nightmare where your legal status is in jeopardy is one thing that people worry about, because no one wants to worry about deportation or visa rejection after investing so much money in the move. The next frustration will be finding affordable housing. Finding affordable housing abroad is another big frustration. Rent prices in major cities like London, New York, or Toronto can be shocking. Many Nigerians abroad find themselves spending a significant portion of their income on rent. However, there's a strong desire for financial stability, being able to save money, invest, and plan for the future. But the fear is always there. What if I can't find a decent place to live? Or that fear of finding yourself moving constantly due to unstable housing. The number 8 frustration would be foreign bureaucracy. Navigating foreign bureaucracy is no joke. Whether it's the taxes, healthcare, or education system, these things work differently abroad and it can take time to adjust. That said, moving abroad offers exposure to new business opportunities. You get the chance to meet people, you build networks, and potentially start businesses in markets that aren't saturated. But there is always that fear of the unknown, unfamiliar regulations, confusing system, and the constant worry of doing something wrong. Moving on, the next one will be social norms and systems. Adapting to foreign social norms can be challenging, whether it's how people interact at work or in public. There are unspoken rules in every country. What works in Nigeria might not work abroad, yet we desire the opportunity to acquire new skills, meet new people, and grow as individuals. But the fear is that you will lose your cultural identity, forgetting where you're coming from whilst you're trying to fit in somewhere new. The number 10 frustration would be lack of social support. Many Nigerians abroad feel frustrated by the lack of social support. Without a strong community, it can feel isolating. You miss out on the sense of belonging that comes from, being around fellow Nigerians. The ultimate desire will be the ability to support your family members back home, whilst creating a better life for yourself abroad. But the biggest fear is failure. What if the move doesn't work out? What if you have to return home without having achieved the success you were hoping for? And there you have it, the top 10 fears, frustrations, and desires that many Nigerians face when navigating life abroad. Moving to a new country is a big step and it comes with its challenges, but with the right mindset and preparations, you can overcome these obstacles. If you're planning to relocate or if you're already in the diaspora, we are here to help you every step of the way. So make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I will come again with another interesting video. Bye bye.